I'm Rob.
And I'm Louie.
And this is the Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes VR review
by Barefoot Gaming.
Louie, why am I holding this binder up? What does a binder have to do with a VR game?
Well, as you know, we are highly trained bomb defusal experts, and this is our manual.
The viewers may not know, but this is a super important part of the actual game.
Yes.
So you can print this off, or you can just go online, and before we talk about what you actually do in the game, this is multiplayer only, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's multiplayer as in you have to find someone else to play with online.
Yes, you actually need someone to play with in person.
Or on the phone. Actually, we even tried that when COVID restrictions were really high here in Manitoba. We played this a little bit just on the phone.
Yep.
So Louie, enough about that. Let's actually talk about the game itself. What is Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes?
It is a game where you get to defuse bombs like you're some sort of expert on bomb defusal or something.
So one person will be in virtual reality. This game isn't just virtual reality. It is also like desktop and other modes as well.
Yeah.
But one person in our case would be in virtual reality, and the other person would use the manual, okay?
Yes.
And you'd be flipping back and forth trying to find what the other person is seeing, which is vitally important because there are a bunch of different modules.
Yes. Now, this does require a little bit of explanation. You can't just hand somebody the binder and say, help me out, because it's a little bit daunting, because if they haven't played the actual game inside the headset, they don't know what you're talking about. You just sound like some sort of crazy person. Crazy.
You're gonna break into song. It's Ozzy Osbourne. I could feel it coming there.
Yeah, there's a train
going off the rails. Yeah. Now at $15 US, it's not a super expensive game.
Nope.
But it's hard finding a really fun game. And spoiler alert, it is fun. Okay.
Yeah.
I think both of us. I can say I do actually recommend this. Before we go any further, Louie.
Yeah, I also love playing this game.
There are some modules that are crazy difficult, and you can see in some of the gameplay us going through some of them. I know they all have their own unique names.
Yes.
But it's hard to remember them when you're panicking, because every time you screw up, you lose time. And the rules change, because if you're looking at a module, for example, that says
Simon Says with different colored blinking lights, and you make a mistake, it will actually change. So even though it was saying yellow red and you were saying green blue, now yellow red means something totally different.
Perfectly clear, right?
And I know that doesn't make sense. And that's why you need the binder and the person in the game. And it's crazy.
It is crazy. You don't have to have a binder. I recommend it. You can play with multiple people. That's actually kind of a cool feature. Not too many people, because once you have more than 2 or 3 people helping you, nobody can really, like, you're yelling over each other if anything else. But you can have people on their phone. You can have someone on a tablet. So like, there's a website that you can just manually do this. But what I did, my own recommendation was I actually just physically printed out 2 copies. So I could hand them off, and you could have 2 different people at any given point that were over playing a fun couch-based game while someone in VR is panicking, and the other person's just trying to keep them from blowing up.
And as crazy as it sounds, for a VR channel, I recommend the first time you play this to be 2D, so that not only can you see the binder, but you can see what's happening there, and you'll actually gain a better understanding of what's going on.
And there is a free play mode. Now, you can play this through, like, progressively more difficult levels, but there is a free play mode where you can set your time really, really high. You can tackle individual modules. Some of the puzzles, or some of the modules I should say, like Simon Says, are fine, but Morse code just drives me mad. I can never get that one right.
It is difficult.
It almost always, I shouldn't say almost always, I think it's killed me every single time.
Yep, me too.
But it all does make sense. There is logic behind every one of these puzzles, and that's about all I think I'm going to say about Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Because you have to keep talking. If the person on the other end that's not in VR just says, the guy inside can't do anything.
The clock is still, moving down, and eventually that person inside, he's going to make a move, and it's going to get him killed. Do you want your friends killed? No, you don't.
And you have to turn the bomb on the side, on the bottom, on the back.
Yeah.
Depending on the difficulty level.
There's, it depends on the number of batteries, the size of batteries.
What's the serial number?
Is it D?
Does it end with a Z?
Does it end with
or a Z if you're American?
Does it have numbers in it?
And that's
It's crazy.
That's the review for Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I recommend it. Louis recommends it. Everybody recommends it. Buy the game. If you have anybody that you can play with that would just enjoy like a party style game, it's a good game. And we'll talk to you again real soon. See ya.
Goodbye.